Welcome or welcome back to Awake and Bake, where we get high vibes and talk about the universe. I'm your host, Danny, and I'm so happy to be back. I've been gone for like 4 or 5 days, I think. Are you guys okay? Mommy wasn't feeding you. Were you eating? If you're new here, I'm Danny. I'm a psychic and a stoner, and I love to combine the two, and that's kind of what I'm going to do today. But today's episode is me letting you guys know that it's your turn to be psychic, and the universe wants you to be aware. Before we get started, you're going to need 2 things: something to drink, because I certainly won't be responsible for you hooker whores being dehydrated. And then make sure you have something to puff on. Finally, I got a new one. Got this
white gummy from High 90.
It's a hybrid. It puffs clouds. Watch this shit. This is why I love this brand. Watch. That would have been the perfect opportunity for me to do like a smoke trick, but joke's on y'all, I can't do any. Okay, let's get the fuck into it. So the universe wants you to start looking out for signs. Now, don't necessarily go looking for them, but be very mindful, be very aware, be very open to receiving them, because I guess there's a journey going on for you, right? I think you've made a decision and you're starting a new path of some kind. The universe is with you, bitch. She's going to be giving you signs along the way the whole time, and you need to be open to receiving them, because it's going to be like your guidance, basically. The first thing I want to talk about is angel numbers, because I kept getting angel numbers as a download. Now, the specific angel number is coming to my mind: 333-444-777. If you've been seeing those, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Also, if you've been getting any like repetitive messages, whether it's just like through social media, through people who you're talking to, through like stuff you're seeing on TV, let me give you an example. For me, 1738, yes, I know it's from Trap Queen, from the song Trap Queen, but that's one of my angel numbers. So is 420. I've been seeing 420 and 1738 constantly, and whenever I see that, I know my angels are talking to me. Either my angels or Fetty Wap. It's kind of hard to tell. I guess what I'm saying is, if you haven't noticed any specific numbers that are either personal to you or that you've just been seeing and it's like, wow, that's a little uncanny, then 333-444 and 777, be on the lookout. If you get any type of download, it's going to come in the form of intuition or like the little voice in your head. Pay attention to that, and it's going to make sense for you. They're going to be very personal messages, and they're going to be in the form of new creative ideas or solutions. I'm going to give you another example. I was driving to my appointments today, and for some reason, just the sentence in my head, make sure you spend some time in nature. It's really good for you. Or like, make sure you spend some time in nature. Like, you always feel better after that. But that just clear as day, just like entered into my head. And as soon as it happened, I was like, that's a sign. It's not just the voice in my head. It's a sign. Because if you know, I got a few voices in here. I got Edmund. I've talked about Edmund before. I'll have another one called Mama Buckle Bitch. She's a mess. Disgusting. Hate her. We don't need to talk about the voices in my head. We should take a hit. And then another example of a sign you might get is literally just like when you're out and about in everyday life, and then you'll be thinking to yourself, like maybe in your head, like, gosh, I have this problem. Wish I had a solution. Say you're at Trader Joe's, and in your head, you're like, damn, my coworker is really pissing me the fuck off. I wonder how I'm going to handle the situation. And then all of a sudden you're in Trader Joe's, and somebody next to you, not talking to you in their own world, says out loud so that you can perfectly hear it, I'm just going to address the situation head on because that's what I think is best. And you're like, that easily could have been part of what was going on in my head. Well, maybe it was a sign. I feel like a lot of people don't really know about this, or maybe they don't know that they can like utilize it, but it's kind of like when somebody's like, oh God, just give me a sign. You can literally just do that. You can be like, God, universe, source, bitch, can I just have a sign on this specific situation, or can I just have a general sign about like, what am I meant to be doing right now with my life? Ask the universe, then genuinely be open to receiving the answer. She usually answers in a timely manner. The tea though behind why this works is because actually when you're tapped in to your intuition and really to like your highest self and your connection with the universe, you're always getting signs like 24/7. That's why I'm always like, I feel like everything is a sign. Because it is, but like you have to be careful. You have to be able to discern what is intuition, and like we just don't want to go into like spiritual psychosis. So honestly, these signs are always here. You're just not always open or like really looking for them. When we intentionally ask the universe, we're just putting that effort and we're being more intentional about looking for them. It's just on your mind. It's in the forefront of your mind more. I really recommend just doing this all the time, and then just it really helps you practice and get used to it. So that way you're going to grow your own intuition, have a better connection to it in general. Then you won't have to say, hey universe, please give me a sign. You'll kind of just like think about, I wonder what the right answer is. And then boom, it's there, because you just get so good at it. Because the signs are, like I said, signs are always there. We're just not always looking for them or open to receiving them. Wait, let's take another hit, because I want to try to do a smoke trick. I'm going to try to do like an O or something. I've never even like seen a video on like how to do it, or like no one's ever taught me. So let's see how this goes. What the fuck? Now, the next and very probably most important part of this whole message is, once you get the signs, girl, you better take action, okay? You're getting these signs at this time in your life because, like I said, you just made a new decision. Maybe you were forced to make a new decision. Maybe you came upon it yourself. But either way, you're starting a new journey. You're starting a new path, right? The universe is trying to talk to you so that it can support you through this. So when you get those signs, take action and listen to them, apply them. Also, always remember, signs are not going to scare you. They're not going to just be like someone is going to randomly die in the next 24 hours. Like that's really like not how it works. Usually when you get a sign, you know exactly what it's talking about. You might not like the answer, or you might already really know what the answer is, but then when you get the sign, you're like, really? Why'd you have to agree? Why'd you have to agree with the universe? I wanted to be right. But it shouldn't be giving you anxiety. It shouldn't like come out of left field. If that's what it is, it's not a sign. And that's kind of where I think people get into like the fear mongering or like the spiritual psychosis. But also like maybe that's not what plays a part in spiritual psychosis. Like what the fuck do I know? I'm just talking shit. Okay, let's take another hit real quick. Before we go, I do want to say what inspired today's episode. So unfortunately, in the past 5 days, I have lost 2 friends. So that was really hard to deal with. And it was just like a weird time, you know what I mean? And so I was like, oh, I think I need to take like a day or 2 off of doing a wake and bake. I hope that doesn't like fuck up everything I'm like trying to grow on the channel for, but like it won't, because what's meant to be is going to be mine. You know what I mean? And then I was on TikTok yesterday, and her name is Trish, I think. She says, I'm a little remote therapist, and here's a little nugget for you. And she was saying, if you feel like you need a break, you should take a break, because it's going to be what you need, and your body's going to thank you, and you will feel better. You will not feel worse. So I was like, period, bitch. Yes, I need a day or 2. But now we're back. Even if you're not dealing with loss, or I mean like passing away or any kind of loss, honestly, it's okay to take a break, and it's okay to meet whatever needs you have. Life is always lifing, and we're not all on the same path in the same timeline. So just because one person is hustling and thriving, might be a different season for you, might just be a different week for you. It's okay. Follow your heart, follow the signs, follow your intuition. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your grandma, and as always, stay high.